Diego Maradona is often hailed as the greatest footballer of all time, revered for his skills and contributions to the game. Many sports commentators, particularly those from mainstream platforms like ESPN, seem to reinforce this notion. However, if you're a frequent consumer of such opinions, prepare for a different take because this is about to challenge what you've been told. In this analysis, I'll break down the argument using 4 fundamental pillars for comparing players: statistics, accolades, victories, and the eye test. But before diving into that, let's explore Maradona's career stats. Over 690 matches, Maradona scored 348 goals and made 237 assists across 2 decades, resulting in an impressive 0.86 goal contribution per game. His early years at Argentina's juniors saw him score 116 goals in 166 games, and during his tenure at Napoli, he scored 115 goals in 259 matches. These numbers are highly respectable, especially considering he primarily played as an attacking midfielder. Beyond statistics, Maradona's playing style earned him the title of the Messi of his generation. He regularly weaved through multiple defenders to create goal-scoring opportunities, a feat made more impressive by the tougher, less referee-protected era in which he played. Standing at 5 feet 5 inches, Maradona's surprising aerial prowess and exceptional playmaking abilities set him apart from others in his position. Despite his impressive stats, though, comparing him to today's players like Messi seems unfair. For example, Zinedine Zidane, often considered the greatest French player, had a more decorated career but couldn't match Maradona's individual stats. Similarly, other great midfielders such as Ruud Gullit, Andrés Iniesta, and Michel Platini all fell short in comparison to Maradona when measured by goal contributions. Yet, the debate doesn't stop there. Football evolves with each generation, and certain players transcend their peers to make the game look easy. Among these players, Messi stands as one of the most extraordinary talents to ever grace the pitch. By the time Messi completed his World Cup victory in 2022, he had won everything possible, solidifying his place in football history. However, the question remains, is it fair to compare Messi and Maradona? While some argue that Messi's style mirrors Maradona's, the two players fill different roles within their teams. Messi may often drop deep to create plays, but even if he were positioned as an attacking midfielder, his impact would be far greater than Maradona's. Now let's look at their accolades. Maradona won 11 major trophies, 9 with his clubs and 2 internationally. Messi, on the other hand, holds a record-breaking 45 trophies as of 2024, making him the most decorated player in football history. Although Maradona's Napoli triumph in Serie A and his World Cup victory in 1986 are legendary, Messi's dominance over European football for a decade, paired with his World Cup and 2 Copa America titles, leave little room for debate. To argue Maradona's few titles are more valuable than Messi's sustained excellence would be a stretch. Let's break this down into 3 key areas: scoring, assists, and team impact. While Maradona was one of the best in his position, Messi is a statistical outlier. Messi has scored nearly double Maradona's goal tally and is celebrated as one of the greatest scorers in the history of the game. What's more, Messi's prowess extends beyond scoring. He also holds a record for the most assists in a single season and throughout football history. He's just as effective in midfield as he is in the final third, further cementing his superiority over Maradona. When we account for the differences in matches played between Diego Maradona and Lionel Messi, the game ratio still favors Messi. Yet, when it comes to the impact each had on their respective teams, Maradona edges out the competition. While Messi's output and statistics are undeniably superior, Maradona's ability to elevate a mid-tier Napoli team to win the league and lead Argentina to a World Cup victory with a less star-studded squad compared to modern Argentina gives him a unique advantage. The level of influence Maradona had over Napoli far exceeds Messi's influence on the legendary Barcelona teams he played for, where Messi was surrounded by world-class talent. This is one key point where Maradona wins. Now, moving to individual accolades. At first glance, Maradona's collection of awards might appear impressive, but many of them were granted after his retirement. When we compare them to Messi's vast array of personal achievements, it becomes clear that Maradona's list pales in comparison. Players like Johan Cruyff, Zinedine Zidane, and Alfredo Di Stefano are closer in individual accolades to Maradona, but even these legends don't come close to Messi. The sheer number of individual awards Messi has accumulated over nearly 2 decades is staggering and speaks to his consistency and dominance. Messi's success isn't just the product of being in the right place at the right time. He is a statistical anomaly. Some argue that Messi's accolades reflect the modern era of football, an era where Maradona never won the Ballon d'Or despite being the best player of his generation. But in reality, Messi's numbers are so extraordinary that it's hard to overlook them. For this reason, Messi easily wins in the realm of individual achievements. When it comes to aesthetics, comparing the two is challenging, as they play remarkably similarly. For those who never had the chance to watch Maradona live, it's tempting to rely on narratives handed down through media and older generations. Maradona, playing in an era with less referee protection, faced tougher challenges from defenders, and that alone boosts his standing. Unlike Messi, who primarily faced consistent challenges from only a few elite teams, Maradona regularly had to overcome intense physical play, which could make the argument that he was even more skilled under tougher circumstances. Giving credit where it's due, this point goes to Maradona. However, when we look at their careers holistically, beyond aesthetics and a few unique circumstances, Maradona's legacy simply doesn't match Messi's. So why does this debate persist, especially in media circles? The answer lies in the power of myths and generational misconceptions. Much like how some parents insist that cold weather will cause pneumonia or that microwaves cause cancer, legends in sports are passed down without much questioning. It's why a young Cristiano Ronaldo could claim Pelé is the greatest of all time, even without having seen him play. Cultural influences like video games, media portrayals, and highlight reels from YouTube can inflate certain players' reputations beyond their actual performance. This also leads to some absurd comparisons, such as Ronaldinho being considered better than Neymar or Eden Hazard being compared to Messi, all based on a handful of flashy moments. Another driving force behind the Messi versus Maradona debate is the World Cup, which is often viewed as the pinnacle of football. Many people see the World Cup as far more prestigious than the Champions League. While it's true that the World Cup carries immense social and national significance, the level of play in the Champions League is not too far off. World Cup teams may face more pressure, but the overall quality of Champions League squads compensates for that difference. Even if the World Cup is seen as more challenging, is Maradona's one World Cup victory truly worth more than Messi's for Champions League titles? And was Messi's World Cup run more impressive than Real Madrid's 2022 Champions League triumph? That's a debate worth pondering. As we wrap up this deep dive into Diego Maradona's legacy, it's clear that comparing eras in football is no easy task. Both Maradona and Messi have left an indelible mark on the sport, but with the evidence laid out today, the debate takes on a whole new perspective. Whether you're Team Maradona or Team Messi, one thing is certain: their influence will be felt for generations. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking football content. And let us know in the comments, where do you stand in the Maradona versus Messi debate?